Albert Einstein, Sir Isaac Newton, Leonardo da Vinci, the Allstate guy, Dr. Franxx. Let me tell you a story of my favorite Weiss Schwarz deck. Once upon a time, my favorite deck in Cardfight Vanguard named Blau burst upon the scene with its ability to rush early, maintain advantage, and force your opponent into weird recovery situations with said rush that you could feel from a mile away. This happened not once, but twice. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to meet Weiss Schwarz Blau Edition, Darling in the Franxx. Darling in the Franxx is a deck that has many similar aesthetics and abilities to Blau that make it so much fun. Then when you put these two side by side, you start to see how similar these two are. So if you're interested to learn what makes Darling in the Franxx my favorite Weiss Schwarz deck, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the Winning Image YouTube channel, and comment your thoughts on what your favorite deck in either Weiss Schwarz or Vanguard is. With all that out of the way, let's take a look at what makes this deck go, because the text don't lie. Okay, for some context, when I was researching this deck, I didn't know where to start because as a Weiss Schwarz newbie, I only play Rent-A-Girlfriend and Kaguya-sama. So I asked the Weiss Schwarz global community for some help. Thankfully, there was no shortage of lists, and shouts to everybody who commented helping my findings. After playing around with a few of the lists on Tabletop Simulator, I found the deck that user James from TCG University shared with me to be the one that I had the most success with. So shoutouts to him, link to his channel in the description. So this deck's main winning image focuses on using your main Franxx Strelitzia to push for damage early with its skill to power up by 1k for every marker under it. Furthermore, it could fulfill its own skill when attacking. You could check the top card and put it as a marker for this card. Then it has a climax combo with Queen Pike that you could pay 2 when attacking to deal your opponent 2 damage and it gets 3k. This effect is really good. Although a little dated, for its time and present day, the damage and power output this card could provide could keep up with most things. But the crazy thing about this card is that you could get it out the second you're at level 2. Here's how. Best Girl 02 Embarrassing Confession not only helps with Recursion with its skill to send 2 Strelitzia from your waiting room back to deck, then if you have Hero Embarrassing Confession, you may combine them and search your deck for a Strelitzia and place it on top of these two, thus making both cards markers for that unit. Finally, rounding out this combo is Hero Embarrassing Confession. When placed, it gets the skill to self-encore, then you may rest it to give one of your characters with Parasite or Franxx 1.5k. These cards make the whole deck go. And to quote the anime, the Gion, also known as the bird that shares wings, only possesses one wing. Unless the male and female pair lean on each other and act as one, they are incapable of flight. They're imperfect, incomplete creatures. The rest of the deck focuses on setting up and maintaining advantage to get these cards, and here are some of the highlights. The level 0's Hero Child of Fate acts as a Riki which can add from discard, and is pretty standard like our 02 Moment of Peace, which is our Salvaging Brainstormer. However, our main salvagers are level 1 climax combo, Partner Killer 02. If you have 2 other characters with Parasite or Franxx, it gets 1k. Then climax combo with the Day We Soared into the Sky, you may salvage a character from your waiting room when it reverses something. The Day We Soared into a Sky is a 2 soul climax that on placement, you may choose a red card from your waiting room and send it to your stock, then all your characters gain 1 soul. These previous effects are more common to Weiss decks, but that's not to say there aren't any novel cards for this deck. Monster and Prince is a powerful level 1 event that states if you don't have a character with Hero or 02, you can't play it. But when you do, you can reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's level 1 or higher, you can put it into your hand and then send this card into stock, giving you more resources to work with and essentially 4 copies of every level 1 or higher in your deck. Then the next level 1 that helps with seeing your pieces is 02 First Time Synchronizing. When attacking, you can pop one of your characters to reveal the top card, and if it's a character, you could add it to your hand. It could be an easy +1 when used with Hero Embarrassing Confession because it could come back. Then finally, the last card I want to highlight is Strelitzia Apis, which I call a mini boy because it does the exact same thing that the main one does but on a lesser scale. When placed from hand to the stage, you can reveal the top card, and if it's a character, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Then when attacking, it gets +500 times the number of your characters with Parasite or Franxx, including itself. Now onto the rest of James's deck profile. Starting off with 4 Strelitzia, then 3 02 Elite Parasite. This card is an alternative finisher because on placement you can stock heal, then when it reverses something pay 4 and deal 4 damage to your opponent. Rounding out our first row is 2 Strelitzia Apis and 4 of our main climaxes to combo with our main Strelitzia. Kicking off row 2 is 302 Embarrassing Convention, which we went over earlier. Next is 2 tech options. 102 Under the Cherry Blossom, which helps you get over many things with its skill to gain 6k when it attacks at level 3 or higher, making it effectively a 13k. Then the next card is our backup, which instead of being a free fresh like many things, it can spot remove. Following this is 4 of the event, Monster and Prince. Now onto row 3, we have 4 of our 02 level 1 climax combo along with 4 02 first time synchronizing. The last 2 cards on row 3 is 4 Hero Embarrassing Confession, very nice SRs and SPs, and 4 of the climax to go with our 02. Then for the last 2 we have 4 of our Ricky, a 202 Girl Full of Mysteries. This card allows itself to gain 1k if all your other characters are either Parasite or Franxx, but the second skill is really nice because on play you could discard a climax to add a character with the aforementioned traits from your waiting room to hand, thus being a hand fixer of sorts. Then 302 Love Sweet Food, which can't send if you don't have another character, but also acts as our clean cut with its second skill. And finally, the deck is closed with 202 Momentary Peace, which is our Salvage Brainstormer, then 1 Tech Ichigo Swinging Feelings to represent the amount of people who think she is best girl, which is another Salvage Brainstormer, and the skill that once per turn, when you play an event, you could give a character 1k. I hope you all enjoyed this deck breakdown over Darling in the Franxx. This has been a blast to play, and I'm sure any of my friends who I talk to or test will tell you that I don't shut up about this list. With that being said, I want to thank you all for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.